Hey guys, what's happening? Teacher Lennon here with you all today once again. So, I'm glad to be with you all on yet another video. As I said on my previous video, I'll be switching things up from time to time. And I will not be doing an official teaching today per se, but I just really wanted to take this time to connect with you all, to just have a discussion basically. Because there are so many things that have been on my mind, especially in this time and season of the pandemic. And I just wanted to share some of these things with you all. Because when I look in the world today and I look at man's behavior, I wonder what is within the heart of man and what is within the mind of man, because we see so many still disregarding the stay-at-home order that was given. And I'm wondering, how is it that someone could wake up in the morning and just decide, listen, there's a pandemic on the outside. Yes, I know. I am not immune. I am aware. People are dying. I am aware. And still decide that, listen, let me fill up a cooler and try to head up to Maracas because, I want a little sand between my toes. Or a feeling to go a little line, a little quarantine line, quarantine party. Or, hey, you know what, let me drive around. It must have some bar somewhere that letting people in unknown to the public. And I'm saying, how? I don't understand, because you are aware that you are putting yourself at risk. You are leaving the security of your home to go out into this pandemic, to expose yourself, and then to come back home and expose your loved ones. And I'm saying this is not normal. Like, I'm trying to understand. And that's when the Lord basically started to talk to me and so on. And I'll tell you what the reality is. The reality is there are some people who they don't want to be in the household. If we're just being honest, they just don't want to be at home. There are many of us, yes, we may be bored, and all of these different things right now because the world is fast-paced and everything has slowed down. And therefore, we are not accustomed with just doing nothing. So that is okay to be bored. But then there are some that they are beyond bored. And I acknowledge that one of those reasons is because there's a pandemic within their home, within their household. For there's many of us, yes, we bored, as I said before, but we comfortable. We still live in a comfortable environment. Things are well, things chill, all of this. But there are some people out there that there's a pandemic in their home. And the reason they could leave their house is because the pandemic in their household is bigger than the pandemic in the world right now. And it's very sad. And it's something that we must acknowledge, especially as believers, especially as Christians, because it means that we have more to do. There are so many people lost. There are so many people hurt, and there are so many people that are still in darkness, and they don't even know why, and they have not even acknowledged it. So there's a pandemic in the home. For everyone, that will be different. That pandemic will be different. For some people, that pandemic is abuse. Unfortunately, we saw that there has been an increase in domestic violence in the household. So unfortunate. Imagine being abused in your own household whilst the pandemic is on the outside. But as I said, there's a bigger pandemic on the inside. So how will this person feel comfortable being in this place that they are being abused? Even in a place where you're supposed to be around your loved ones, the very people that supposed to love you, supposed to take care of you, supposed to protect you. It's the same people who backbiting, same people who hurting you, cutting you, and I don't mean physically with words, because there are many forms of abuse. So many people are going through stuff right now. So in their household is the worst place for them to be right now. There are so many people, even before this pandemic, they were bound. They were depressed before this pandemic. They were in pain before this pandemic. They were lost before this pandemic. And this is just an additional burden. So there's a pandemic in the home where there is lack of love. You may be living in a household and there is no love, there is no communication, there is no laughter, there is no encouragement. You all barely speak. There's just anger, bitterness, resentment, for whatever reason. Pandemic. So there are so many things that is going on in the household right now. The reality is there are even individuals who they cannot bring themselves to stay home. And why is because they are embarrassed to be around their loved ones. And what I mean about that, there are men and women out there, they have not been present in their children's life. There are men and women out there who have been unfaithful to their spouses. There are men and women out there who have not been providing for the household. And they are embarrassed, they are ashamed to stay at home because they cannot look them in the eye. What do I say? How do I explain myself? How do I explain that I put alcohol above my family every time? How do I explain that I am absent because I have another woman and I'm ignoring my wife? How do I explain that to my children? How do I tell my wife that I'm not faithful? So there's a pandemic within the household. And that is why they are operating the way that they are operating right now. Because their flesh is leading them. Their flesh is leading them. So many men claim to be in charge, that they are boss, but yet they go places they don't want to go. They partake of things that they don't want to partake in. They do things that they said they will never do. Things come out of their mouth that they thought they would never say. So there's a pandemic in the home, and we must acknowledge it. We refer to this COVID-19 as the unseen enemy. And that's the same for the pandemic within the home. Because there's an unseen enemy. And I'll tell you that unseen enemy is the devil. Because he is connected to everything. Everything negative. Everything sinful. Everything that is ungodly. Because God have brought couples together. He honors marriage. God is the one that has placed the family structure in place. So the enemies within the household trying to bring discord, trying to mash up. He's anti-Christ. He opposes everything that Christ tries to put in place, put in order. So what are you about to do today? What are you going to do today if you're within your household, there's a pandemic? There's also a pandemic within man's soul. Because you are empty. You are lost. You try to fill a void. So you indulge yourself in so many things. You ensure to keep yourself busy, usually. But then it's like hitting a reset button because the next morning, you have the same feelings again. The resentment is back, the hurt is back, the pain is back. So many things. There's a pandemic even within your soul. And the biggest pandemic within your soul is sin. Sin. Because I'll tell you this. There are people that they are losing their life as a result of COVID-19, this pandemic. But the reality in regards to your soul is this: we all were born in sin and shaped in iniquity. So your spirit man is dead. But Jesus Christ understands something. He is the way, He is the truth, He is the life. It's only through Him that you could have life. It's only through Him that you could have life and have it more abundantly. It's only through Him that you could have peace, that you could have joy, that you could have contentment, that you can feel fulfilled, that you can be purposeful. What is going on with a lot of people out there right now? The reason that they are in such a mess, they are so lost and confused and fed up, is because they don't know their purpose. Many people out there, they thought that their job was their purpose. They thought that their job was the reason that they existed. But think about this. You may be very experienced. You may have a great skill set, but there's somebody else who has more experience than you, that has a better skill set than you. Do you really and truly think that your job is why you exist? Is why you continue to breathe? Is why your heart continues to beat in your chest? Who is sustaining you and why? All of us, there's so many people who, they try to disregard that there's a creator. They try to disregard that there is a God. And that one God is Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. But let me tell you something. Every creature is connected to the Creator. That is a fact. Within your heart, you know this is truth, even though you may outwardly reject it. You know it in your heart what the truth is. Because creation is connected to the Creator, and that is why we are alive. That is why we are still living. That is why we are sustained. If the Creator dies, so will the creation. Look at the trees. Look at the birds. Look at everything that is still in place. How do you explain it? So man are in shambles because they don't know what they should be doing in this time. They don't know what they are called to do. They are empty. They are lost. Searching so many things. You try so many things. You try so many things. You even went all over the world. Nothing satisfies you. Nothing satisfies you. But I will ask you today, try Jesus. Because man was not created to live without his Creator. And that is why we are seeing so much trouble. I mentioned before the unseen enemy. And it's truly unseen, because let me tell you something. There are so many things that are beyond your control. Yes, you, strong man, the man who thinks that he could do everything, that he could find his way through any issue in life, but yet you're failing. There's an unseen enemy unknown to a lot of people. There are generational curses within families. How is it that you can tell me 4 generations of brothers, of sisters are addicts, alcoholics? How is that possible? How is it that you continuously work, you work and you work and you work and you work, and yet you don't see the benefits? You don't reap the rewards of your labor. There are things that are in play that is beyond you. For some of you, you are not aware of things that your parents would have dabbled into. Dirty hands. People who have worked obia. People who saw you and just don't like you and decide to give you something to eat. So many spiritual things, so many things unseen that you don't know. You walk around free. You smile with people, but as soon as that smile is over, you go back within the mind, within your sorrow, within your pain, within your hurt. Yeah, you big man, strong man, who everybody on the outside think that everything okay, you're well put together, you're the life of a party is a choke man, is a Jones man. Yeah, you. But when you go home, you don't know what to do with yourself. That a pain within you that you can't explain, that you can't express. There are things within you that is unspoken. Things that took place in your life as a youth that is unspoken. And you can't outrun it. You have been trying to outrun your past. But I could guarantee you that it will catch up to you, if not already. There is one way, one truth, and one life, people. I don't know what your age is. I don't know how long you have been on the face of this earth. But aren't you not fed up trying to do it your way? Aren't you not fed up trying to do it your way? Waiting for a perfect time, waiting for a perfect season. Let me tell you something. Everybody's afraid of COVID-19 on the outside there. But have we forgotten how many other things could take our lives? A man could just go and sleep. A man that is fit. A man that has the greatest immune system there is could go and sleep tonight and not wake up. So there's a pandemic in the soul. And I'll tell you why that is of utmost importance. Think about it. If it's one thing every man is certain about, is that when he dies, this flesh, this body, is going back to the earth. Have you ever stopped to think where your spirit man is going? Jesus Christ is the only one that could regenerate your soul that is dead. He's the only way. He's the only one that can restore you. He's the only one that can save you. He's the only one that can wash you. He's the only one that can renew you. He's the only one that can pick you up out of your mess. For you don't even have control of yourself anymore. You just walking around doing whatever your flesh desires. And at the end of it all, you are never happy. Why not come to the Prince of Peace? Because you have been tortured within your mind. Within your mind are thoughts that are not yours. You wonder, wait, how this thing come in my mind? I'm really thinking this. There are so many people out there right now, they are suicidal. They are filled with fear, anxiety. Listen, you gotta believe me, But you have time because we are locked down, we inside. Take this time when nobody around. And just say, Jesus, I don't know who you are. Always saying your name. I may not believe you exist. But reveal yourself to me. Show me. Now, within your heart, because man knows truth. So you know the truth and you are denying it. But he's a God that speaks in spite of. So speak to him. Come to him today, because there's a pandemic within your home and there's a pandemic within your soul. And even when the pandemic on the outside has gone, the pandemic on the inside will remain. So choose today. Will you continue to live in bondage? Will you continue to put on a show for your friends and your family and your co-workers? For you are so verbal on social media, but who you are on social media and who you are in reality is two different persons. If it's one person a man cannot fool, is God. You might even be able to fool yourself. So today, if you don't remember anything else from this message, remember that He's the way, He is the truth, and He is the life. Jesus Christ, you know what His desire is? Is that none will perish, none will be lost. He's concerned about you. He loves you. He knows you by name. He must know you by name. He created you. He formed you. He fashioned you. There is no one else like you. Have you ever stopped and just think about it? The fact that there is no one else like you. You are important to Him. Stop running around aimlessly. Come to Christ, and may He fill you with love, with peace. May He remove the scales from your eyes, remove the bondage from your hands unseen. Your mind is bound, your hand is bound, your feet is bound, your finances is bound. You are trapped. Nothing that you put your hands towards succeeds. It's because there's an unseen enemy, and that is the devil. There's an unseen enemy within your soul, and that is sin. So come to God today, that He will wash you, cleanse you, and fill you. Blessings, people. I'll see you on the next video.